Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. I'm Mike Briggs, the host of the show. And you know what we do here? We celebrate what's good about Fresno. Not just Fresno, but Fresno and Clovis and Sanger, Tranquility, San Joaquin, the whole valley, Central Valley. There's so many great things going on, and we want you to know about them. When we find something cool going on, we want to tell you about it. To that end, our next guest is Carmen Raygoza with Womenpreneur. Did I say it right? Close.
Yes, you did.
Womenpreneur. And tell us a little bit of what you do. You were telling me before, and it's fascinating.
So we just started off our organization in October, and we are a women support group. It's also a networking group. And what we do is we host events to speak on the dark truth about entrepreneurship and motherhood or womanhood. And, womanhood comes down to motherhood, sisterhood, comes out, like, it's so big. And being a woman and an entrepreneur can be hard. So we speak on the dark truth about it, as opposed to other organizations where they just highlight the beauty of entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. We are a networking group, and the way that we do our support groups is once a month or once every 2 months, we have a vendor event where we have women-owned businesses set up their booths at different locations. And but it's different locations. It's a tour. It's different locations, but it's always at the same time. So it's never like 2 or 3.
And you have guest speakers and stuff like that.
We have guest speakers. And our guest speakers are a mixture. It's some of the guest speakers, they're all women. They speak on entrepreneurship and their struggles as they walk towards to their succession. And we have the other guest speakers who speak on the dark truth or the help that they provide on the cause that we're highlighting, because every vendor event that we have, apart from it being a vendors event and having guest speakers, and we speak on the dark truth about entrepreneurship, we highlight a cause. And we started off in October. We had our first event, and it was domestic violence awareness. And it wasn't your typical domestic violence. It was a more, again, dark truth. So we spoke on the help that we have for victims, but also how victims can become abusers, and how to identify if you're an abuser, and how it's okay to acknowledge and admit it, and what steps to take after to better yourself. Because a healthier version of yourself is a healthier version of whoever you want to be, whether you're a mother, a wife, a sister, a friend, and an entrepreneur.
Now, entrepreneurs can be men, entrepreneurs can be women, but women entrepreneurs have special challenges sometimes. You kind of hinted at moms. Sometimes they're moms trying to do a business. A lot of dads don't have that problem, that kids are keeping them from being successful.
And I love that you brought that up. So that is exactly why Mami Womenpreneur is it's womanpreneurship, right? Mm-hmm. Because entrepreneurs are anybody. But majority of the women that are womanpreneurs are here, especially here in Fresno, are women with a side hustle, a side gig. Mm-hmm. And not only are they constantly trying to push their small business, but they're at home taking care of the children. They're at home taking care of their husbands. They're working a 9-to-5 job. So not only do they have to work their 9-to-5 job, and they have to take care of the kids, make sure the household is taken care of. If they're married, take care of their spouse. But they also have to push their business. And it's a lot of the times you feel like you don't have a break.
Right. Sometimes people who've gone before you, like you and I were struggling with Cash App earlier, and I'm saying, I don't really know how to do that. But you have a new woman in business. She says, how do I collect the money? You can say, well, you got to check Cash App, you got to check out Venmo, things that you've been through that you could pass on to the next person.
So Mami Womenpreneurship, we do have our vendors event. And one of the reasons that I like to push the vendor event more than the other events that we have is because at the vendors event, we have a lot of people that have never done a vendors event, or they want to start a business but don't know how, right? So if you do not have a business but you know you want to get yourself into business, attending the event and listening to guest speakers will inspire you, motivate you, and possibly help you on knowing where to start. And as well as if you're a vendor and you're struggling, you're going to hear other speakers, you're going to talk to other people at the event, other vendors, even people if it's the same type of business, like if it's two people selling the same type of pastries or pastries in general, right? You get to learn from each other because we don't believe in competition. We're all about collaboration.
Collaboration, nice.
Yes.
And some people, they've already stepped in the mud and made the mistakes. They could pass it on to the next person. That's what's great about this networking idea. So.
Yes, and that's what we push as well is I already went through something. I want to make sure that the other people more people do not make the same mistake that I did. And a lot of the women that have chosen to be a part of I'm Mami Womenpreneur are doing the same thing.
Right. Now, who should get involved with you?
I believe that anybody that is interested in getting involved.
Women.
Women, of
I mean,
course.
when I have a chance to support a man or a woman, I always support the woman because I feel they could use the extra.
So, I'm Mami Womenpreneur is about womenpreneurship, of course, but it's welcome to everybody. Now, the reason I say this is because in our first event that we had, I did push a women-only event, and I realized that there's women who are coming to set up their business, and they need their husband's help because, they got the muscles. So I also started to see, I had one vendor who she did speak up, and I think this is something that a lot of women can relate to. I had one vendor ask, how do you deal with a jealous husband? And I don't think you would understand because you're all about empowerment. But there are men out there that will envy their wives when they are succeeding, and they start to belittle their wives or start to put their wives down. But they don't realize that her success is his success because a woman is a reflection, a mirror image of her significant other. So we encourage men to come with their wives because we are also speaking to the men, and anybody that is willing to support all these womenpreneurs are welcome to come.
So if your wife's getting involved in this, the man could come.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
That's nice. I would say no men, just we're here to empower women and support women. Now,
before I forget, also don't forget, majority of the time the men have the wallet.
Yes.
So they come to spend for their wives.
I've learned this over the years that if you're gauging your success, especially with like a side hustle or some little vendor type of thing you sell, you get to decide what success is. You don't have to make $1 million. You can say, I want to make $100 a week extra or whatever it is.
And that's one of the biggest things that we deal with, especially with social media now, because social media makes people believe that success is very specific, but they don't understand that success is passing down generational wealth to your children, leaving behind a great legacy about you, passing on knowledge to others. That's success. That's real wealth. And again, another reason why I'm Mami Womenpreneur is out there is because you see people that are doing something similar to you on social media, and you start to second guess yourself, you start to doubt yourself, and you start asking yourself, how come this person's succeeding and I'm not? But we don't realize that social media is fake, and we can choose to be whatever we want to be on social media. Wow. I can pretend like I'm a millionaire on social media and have like $2 in my bank account.
Now, I put your Instagram and your Facebook down. Which way are more people reaching out to you, through Instagram or Facebook?
I have more people reaching out through Instagram, through the I'm Mami Womenpreneur Instagram, but I do have people reaching out to my personal Facebook. I would rather them reach out to the I'm Mami Facebook. If you are interested in being a vendor, you can reach out to either one. We have our next event is on Cinco de Mayo, and our cause for that is postpartum awareness.
Nice. Now, where will that be?
That will be in the airport district. It's called Her Beauty Studios.
Oh, sure, we know them. Yeah.
Yes.
I think they've come here before, but that'll be fun. And if somebody's done it with you a bunch of times, they're welcome. And if somebody's never, they don't know where to start with you. What should they do?
Show up.
Just show up.
Show up. Everybody's welcome. And listen, if you're not gonna set up a booth as a vendor, I always say bring your business cards, even yourself.
Do some
men,
networking,
women.
yeah.
Yes, bring your business cards. Introduce yourselves to all the vendors. Introduce yourself to people walking. Let people know who you are. The worst case scenario, the worst thing that can happen is somebody tell you, "I'm not interested." That's it.
Yeah. I'm not interested in coloring my hair or whatever.
Yes.
Move to the next person.
Yes.
Whatever your skill is. Well, I'm excited about that. Maybe before the 5th of May, you could come back. We'll talk about it some more.
Before I forget, I keep forgetting. Like I said, we have more events, right? So I constantly try to push the vendors event because that one's more of an empowerment part, and it's bigger. We have our first annual brunch coming up March 10th, which is next Sunday. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Our tickets are sold out, but I do want to put it out there for people to know that we will be having an annually one, and then we'll be having a gala in November for men and women, and it's going to be to highlight women in business. With that being said, we have our, I believe it's March 29, I can't remember the date. We have a paint night.
That'd be fun.
And this has to do with Womenpreneurs. Is I'd rather you ladies learn how to paint your feelings away than to go pop somebody's tires. I know it sounds a little funny, but we're learning how to cope with our emotions and how to express ourselves to others, so we know that you're not alone. You're crying and you're screaming in your pillow. Come and cry and scream in your pillow with us.
Through paint.
Yes.
In other ways
Yes.
that you're going to do. This is great. So this all year round. You guys are always doing something.
Yes.
This is so exciting. I did not know that existed.
We just started in October.
This is going to be big, though.
It is. So we started in October. Our first event was the Mami Womenpreneur. Our cause was domestic violence. Our second event was in December. That one was human trafficking awareness. Our following event was self-love awareness, and our most recent event was 2 weeks ago, and that was immigration abuse rights. And our upcoming one is postpartum awareness. So each event, apart from being womenpreneurship, and we're speaking on entrepreneurship issues and the dark truth about it, we have a cause, and we're trying to work with people so they also know that they're not alone. And this is for men and women. In our June event, we haven't set a date or a location yet, but it is going to be for Father's Day. We're going to try to do something for the guys, for the men, because we do have men that support women, and they need to be recognized as well.
Very good. I could talk to you all day. I am so excited about what you're doing. Everybody needs to know about this. Women, there's so many women starting and struggling just to get going a little bit, and then there's those who are going pretty good, but they could use some encouragement and some networking. And
we got you. We're there for everybody.
Last thoughts for our viewers?
Oh, yes. I get this a lot because it is called I'm Mami Womenpreneur. I totally understand it has a Latina feel to it, but it is for women by women, not from Latinas, just for Latinas. It's for everyone, so all ethnicities are welcomed. Again, it's for women by women. It's a women's support group.
Very good. Carmen Raygoza?
Yes.
Am I close?
Got it.
Mami Womenpreneur. It's kind of hard for me to say, but we're glad you're here. It means a lot.
Thank you.
This is a very important thing you're doing, and I'm glad you're doing it.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.